All right, Shalom. Ka Halal Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai Bahashim Rakahak Radash. Shalom, salutations, and double honors to the elder apostles of GMS, where I continue to learn this 100% truth from. Shalom to the elder bishops out of Connecticut, who are also listening to learn this 100% truth from. Shalom to the elders and the prophets, the teachers, and evangelists also of Great Millstone, where I continue to learn this 100% truth from. Yahweh Shah Barakatham to you all. Double honors to the elder apostles also of Great Millstone. Shalom to the speckled bird, the through space, the Akim and Aqua, the Akim on the highways and byways, and last but not least, the elect. And I'm back again with another video, praying that you be edified with it. I was just, as I do, scroll through TikTok, looking for something to speak about, and this popped up, which what I thought was interesting in the spirit. So I'm gonna let it play, and then I have put some scriptures out to use, and I would like to say you be edified with it. Let's check it out.
In fact, tonight, at least 13 high-ranking scientists and researchers have either died or have gone missing entirely. All of them tied to nuclear, defense, or space technology. Some of them even warned the public before their alleged suicides that they were not suicidal. First, you have Amy Eskridge, a young, rising researcher, reported dead by suicide in 2022. But before her death, she reportedly said something chilling.
I'm scared. And over the past 12 months, it's been escalating, like more aggressive, more invasive, digging through my digging through my underwear drawer, and sexual threats over the past 3 to 6 months. And now I'm like, I have to publish. I have to publish. It's only going to get worse until I publish. There's no way out of this up situation.
Exactly what she was talking about, we're not sure. Certainly had concerns, she said, about being watched. Even reportedly told friends and family she would never kill herself. And then she turned up dead. That was in 2022. Then you have Michael David Hicks, whose work was connected to NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory. Hicks dies in 2023, and details surrounding his death remain limited publicly. But his name becomes part of a growing list tied to high-level research. In 2024, former U.S. Air Force intelligence officer Matthew James Sullivan is found dead. Interestingly, right before he could testify in a federal whistleblower case about UFOs. There's been no release for a cause of death there. Also in 2024, Frank Mywald, a senior engineer at NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory, passed away. His work was on space instrumentation and detection of life on distant moons. His cause of death was never made public. No autopsy was ever performed. Another loss, another quiet headline. At this point, neither case is raising eyebrows nationally, right? But then we move to 2025, and that's where things get really bizarre. During the last year alone, we saw over a half dozen disappearances and or deaths tied to our nuclear industry. In May, when Anthony Chavez, a researcher at the Los Alamos nuclear facility, went missing. Reports say he just simply walked off without any of his personal belongings. Then you have Monica Reza, who disappeared in June of that same year, 2025. Also worked at Los Alamos nuclear facility as a NASA senior aerospace engineer, helping create a special alloy for rockets. She went missing while out on a hike. 4 days later, Melissa Kaisis would also be reported missing, also in New Mexico. Also reportedly got up and walked off without any personal belongings. Do you see the trend here? And just now today, we're learning about another death, the death of Joshua LeBlanc. This death taking place in Alabama. LeBlanc was a 29-year-old NASA engineer working on nuclear propulsion systems. He was found dead in his Tesla after a crash. He was burned beyond recognition, but his personal belongings were all left at home. Reports say his car sat in an airport hours earlier, but no trip had been planned. How about Steven Garcia, who vanished without a trace from New Mexico in August of that year? Garcia worked as a property custodian at a facility that manufactures more than 80% of the non-nuclear components for U.S. nuclear weapons. Nuno Loureiro, a top physicist at MIT, the director of the Plasma Science and Fusion Center, he was involved in the kind of research tied to advanced energy and weapons. He was shot and killed outside of his home. And by the way, no arrests have been made there. And again, that's all just 2025 alone. This year, though, it's gotten even stranger. And we're not even halfway through. First, in February, astronomer and astrophysicist Carl Grillmeyer was shot and killed randomly outside of his home in Texas. Now, in that case, an arrest has been made, but the case marks another highly specialized mind taken suddenly and mysteriously. Then days later, William Neal McCaslin goes missing again in New Mexico. His work reportedly centered around UFOs and classified space programs. The retired...
And you know what that was? He he probably seen something, and he seen who he seen the angels, right? And said, "Damn, they look like the black people." And when that happened, he said to himself, "Damn, what am I gonna do? They want me to keep this quiet." So they probably offed him because he probably was like, "Look, I'm gonna have to tell eventually. I can't hold it a secret."
Air Force general, like many on this list, also vanished, leaving while out on a hike. But again, like so many others, he left all of his personal belongings behind. And to this day, he has not been found. And that brings us to today, where just days ago, another UFO researcher, maybe the most famous of all of them, David Wilcock, was found dead in Colorado from a self-inflicted gunshot wound.
Every day that I have on Earth is a gift and a blessing, and I'm very grateful for that because, frankly, people are disappearing. Scientists are going missing, and I've had a really rough week. That's kind of like every week, but somehow we keep on making it through all.
Somehow we keep on making it through all this, he said. One day he says every day is a blessing, and he's glad there's an investigation because scientists are going missing, and the next day he's found dead. Authorities claiming from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. It's just another layer to a massive and growing mystery. A mystery that is going nowhere. And today, as we told you, Capitol Hill is now taking notice.
By all accounts, the United States has the superior nuclear program in the world. So all the usual suspects, China, North Korea, Iran, Russia, they're all, on the suspect list. But there are a lot of, Eastern European countries and other countries that could be involved as well.
Interesting there. That was Congressman James Comer speaking on the issue last night on Fox News. Right? He's outright accusing China, North Korea, Iran, and Russia of likely being involved, but he fails to mention a specific country with a long history of tactics like this. And by the way, who is that country? It's Israel. In March of this year, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu stated that Israeli strikes had successfully eliminated top Iranian nuclear scientists involved in developing bombs meant to destroy Israel. In 2025, Joshua Zarka, Israel's ambassador to France, confirmed that Israeli operations had killed at least 14 physicists and engineers, which he described as the brains behind Iran's nuclear program. And also in 2025, following U.S. and Israeli airstrikes, Israeli military officials called the deaths of more than a dozen Iranian scientists a, quote, significant blow to Iran's ability to pursue weapons of mass destruction, using intelligence from Mossad to justify the timing of those attacks. See, this strategy is not new. When science becomes strategic, and it is in so many ways, the scientists themselves become targets. If you control the science, you control the future. And to call all of this just a coincidence means to ignore what is happening right in front of your eyes. In fact,
all right, so let's get some scriptures, man. We'll go to Daniel 2 and 12. I'm going to read out of the NLT. Talakia. And it reads, "The king was furious when he heard this, and ordered that all the wise men of Babylon be executed." Now, we know that, that was speaking of Babylon then in Daniel, but you can use it for today because we know that Babylon the Great is also America. But at the same time, we understand that these wise men in Babylon and also these other countries that they mentioned, after they spoke about or learned about and gave the patents up to the people who are in charge, after that, man, their lives were, pretty much kind of how the mafia is. Once the mafia get what they got to get from you and you learn certain things, it's really dangerous to know anything about any secret societies, because if you're not involved in it, once they're done with you, you are a liability to them. They have to take you out. It's almost, it's in so many ways, it's the best thing they can do to keep their to keep what they do in undercover, in silence. Okay? Verse 13. And because of the king's decree, men were sent to find and kill Daniel and his friends. So because of the obedience that Daniel and the three children, you can say, had in respect for Yahweh and Yahushai, they caused Nebuchadnezzar's men to be jealous because of what Daniel can do. Then that's through Yahweh and Yahushai. And because of that, that also magnified Yahweh and Yahushai's name. But we understand now that these people that they was just talking about was being killed, they knew too much, man. And because they knew too much, I mean, it's obvious. It's inevitable. They got to take you out, man. You can't have secrets like that and think that it's going to be all good. This is Matthew 24 and 34, 23, 34. And it reads, Wherefore, behold, I send unto you prophets and wise men and scribes, and some of them ye shall kill and crucify, and some of them you shall scourge in your synagogues and persecute them from city to city. And this was going on in this video that I just showed. People are being, people who study and know these secrets that they've been trying to hide. It's taboo almost to have this information and Esau hire you to work for him. Because once he's done with you, he gonna take you out, man. Everybody knows it. They can try to hide all they want, but you're no more use for him. If you hold secrets and you're not with the secret society about the secret society, oh, please count on them to silence you and to take you off, rub you out. 1 Corinthians 1 and 19. For it is written, I will destroy the wisdom of the wise, and will bring to nothing the understanding of the prudent. This is what the Most High has done. He has put it in the devil's mind to, they destroy any and everything anyway. Salaki, please forgive me. Let's go to Isaiah real quick. We're staying in Isaiah. Isaiah 19 and 11. And it reads, surely the princes of, I'll read it in the NLT. What fools are the officials of Zoan? Their best counsel to the king of Egypt is stupid and wrong. Will they still boast to Pharaoh of their wisdom? Will they dare brag about all their wise ancestors? So it's not a bad scripture, but it's not what I wanted to bring out, actually. Babakusha, Salakia, I'm a little sleepy. So I just wanted to kind of get something out, man. It's been a heck of a weekend. So much was going on. Still trying to stay grounded, and doing this work as well. Isaiah 47 and 10. You felt secure in your wickedness. In the NLT, you felt secure in your wickedness. No one sees me, you said, but your wisdom and knowledge have led you astray, and you said, I am the only one, and there is no other. So disaster will overtake you, and you won't be able to charm it away. Calamity will fall upon you, and you won't be able to buy your way out. No, you cannot. Not in this time that we're in. This is it. Jump to verse 13, NLT. All the advice you receive has made you tired. Where are all your astrologers? Those stargazers whom make predictions each month. They killed them. They telling you they killed them off. Let them stand up and save you from what the future holds. They can't. They killed them. Verse 14. But they are like straw burning in a fire. They cannot save themselves from the flame. You will get no help from them at all. Their hearth is no place to sit for warmth. What is hearth? Let's get that. What is hearth? There will be no coal. Go back to that again. It's not even coming up. That's cool. Let's look it up. In the Bible, a hearth is a central, frequently mentioned paved area in a home for cooking, warmth, and gathering, symbolizing family unity and daily subs- um, substance. Substance. There we go. Okay, so that's what hearth means. So, but they are like burning. They are like straw burning in a fire. They cannot save themselves from the flame. You will get no help from them at all. Their hearth is no place to sit for warmth. So their cooking is no place to sit. Well, the place where they cook is no place to sit for warmth, which is in Jeremiah 36. Let's get one more scripture. There's no sleepy here. Get up out of here. Jeremiah 49:7. You see the subheading says, prophecy against Edom. Concerning Edom, thus saith Yahweh of hosts, is wisdom no more in Teman? Is counsel perished from the prudent? Is their wisdom vanished? Yes, it has. It has vanished. And now it's time for Esau to fall because there is no cloak for your wickedness. All right? I'll be Desire you edified with that quick lesson, man. With that, I'm going to say, Kahalo Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai Bahashim Rakakradash. Shalom and salutations again in double honors to the elder apostles GMS on down and shalom to the elect. Shalom.